Hey everyone, welcome back to my Python tutorial series. In this video, we are going to learn about floating point data type in Python. So what is a float? In Python, a float is a data type that is used to store decimal numbers. Any number that has a decimal point, Python treats it as a float. In Python, floating point data type is represented by float. Just float is the data type for floating point numbers in Python. It can be positive, negative, and it contains decimal. For example, 10.5 minus 5.75, 0.0. So whether it is a positive number or negative number, if it contains decimal, Python treats it as a floating point number, which is represented by the data type float in Python. Let us do some hands-on. Let us go back to our Jupyter notebook and create a markdown cell here with name float. Let us select markdown and execute. Okay. Let us see how to create a float variable. Let us say my variable name is price and I'm assigning 99.99. So this value has a decimal. So Python will understand that the data type of variable price is float. Let us try to print it out. How do we print the type of a variable? By using type function. Inside type, we need to give the variable name and execute. So it gives float. This concept is called dynamic typing. Why? Because we just assigned a value to this variable and Python automatically understands the data type of this variable based on the value which is assigned to it. Since we have assigned floating point number to price, so Python understood that this is a float data type. So it makes price as a float data type. This concept is called dynamic typing. Python is a dynamically typed language. Let us create one more variable. Let us say pi is equals to 3.14. Let us print the value of pi. Let us print the type of pi, the data type of pi. So again, float. Let us create another variable, temperature, and let us give minus 12.5. A negative number with a decimal. What will be the type of it? Let us print it out. Again, float. So whether it is a positive number or a negative number, if it has a decimal in it, Python considers it as a float data type. Now let us see how we can convert an integer value to a float. Let us say I have x equal to 10. X is a integer. Let us verify that. Type x. It's a int. It's a int. Okay. How do we convert this integer to float? How do we do that? By using float function. So inside the float function, if I pass x, it will convert integer data type to float. So let us print y and also print the type of y. Let us execute it. So x was integer. We passed it to float function. We printed y. The value of y is 10.0. because Python has converted the value 10 to float. 10 was integer, it converted it to float value. That is why it added decimal. So 10.0. What is the data type of y? It is float. So we converted an integer to float. Now let's take a string value. Let us say I have z equal to 12.5. It is a string because we have added quotes. Let us print the type of it. It gives str because it is a string data type. Again, if we want to convert it into float, what we will do? We will use the float function and pass the string variable. Let us print it out. Let us print the type as well and execute. So Z was string data type. We passed it to float function. It converted Z into a float value, that is 12.5, and the data type is float. The important thing to note here that string, a string must contain a valid float value or a valid decimal value. Otherwise, Python will give an error. And if we say, we have a value p equal to, let's say, world. Okay. And if we try to convert it into float by using float function and execute, it will give a error. Why? Because Python could not convert string to float word, right? Because it is not a valid decimal number. That is why Python is not able to convert it, convert the type to float. So if we are converting a string to float, the string should be a valid decimal number. Now let us see some float. Let us see addition. Let us take two float variables. Let us say I have a equal to 10.5, b equal to 2.2. Let us perform addition. Let us add a print statement and give a plus b. Let us execute. So it gives 13.0. That means addition of two decimal numbers, float numbers, will give a float itself. Let us do subtraction. Let us execute it. 8.0. Again, a float number. Let us try multiplication. So we learned that in the previous video that to multiply we use asterisk. So multiplication of two float number also gives a float number. Let us try division. So we do a/b for division and it gives 4.2, which is again a float number. So if we divide two float numbers, we get a float number. But if we divide two integers also, then also we get a float number. So 10 is an integer, 2 is an integer. If I divide, I get 5.0, which is a float number. So division always results in a float data type in Python. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will be seeing an important concept related to floating point numbers, that is a precision problem.